IRS.gov, Business, International Business, Israel, Tax Treaty Documents, Israel Tax Treaty Documents, Income Tax Treaty 1975. Convention between the government of the United States of America and the government of the State of Israel with respect to taxes on income. General effective date under Article 31. This last time was 1st of January 1995. Let's go to Article 3, Fiscal Residence. In this convention, A, the term resident of Israel means I, an Israeli corporation, and any other person except a corporation or entity treated under Israeli law as a corporation resident of Israel for purposes of Israeli tax, but in the case of partnership, estate, or trust, only to the extent that the income derived by such partnership, estate, or trust is subject to Israeli tax as the income of a resident either in the hands of the respective entity or of its partners or beneficiaries. The term resident of the United States means a United States corporation and any other person except a corporation or entity treated as a corporation. The term resident of the United States means 1, a United States corporation, and 2, any other person except a corporation or any entity treated as a corporation for United States tax purposes, resident in the United States for purposes of United States tax, but in the case of partnership, estate, or trust, only to the extent that the income derived by such partnership, estate, or trust is subject to the United States tax as the income of a resident either in the hands of the respective entity or of its partners or beneficiaries. And we'll go on over here to Dun & Bradstreet. Put in the company name Israel, located in the District of Columbia since 1871. And here we go. New Israel Fund Incorporated, American Israel Public Affairs Committee, Adas Israel Congregation, American Israel Education Foundation. Now, for the corporate structure, you would want to go to the Yale or avalon.law.yale.edu 20th century ARM 01 ASP Egyptian Israel General Armistice Agreement, February 24th, 1949. Now, this is according to the Security Council resolution of 16 November 1948, calling upon them as further provisional measures under Article 40 of the Charter of the United Nations, and in order to facilitate the transition from the present truce to permanent peace in Palestine. Now, a truce is a short period of time within the action of armistice. Now, permanent peace is the actual treaty agreements and contractual obligations of both parties. Let's go to the definition of armistice. And we'll just go right over here, Legal Dictionary, thefreedictionary.com. Armistice is a suspending or cessation of hostilities between belligerent nations or forces for a considerable time. An armistice differs from a mere suspension of arms in that the latter is concluded for very brief periods and for local military purposes only, whereas an armistice not only covers a longer period, but it is agreed upon for political purposes. It is said to be general if it relates to the whole area of the war, and partial if it relates to only a portion of the area. Partial armistices are sometimes called truces, but there is no hard and fast distinction. So what you have here is Congress being in the action of the false Jew. They are pretending that Israel is at war, Israel is a threat, Israel is a corporation in the District of Columbia, maintained by law firms, of course, banking. For more information, you can visit avalon.law.yale.edu, subject menus, mideast.asp, and you'll find the Middle East from 1916 through 2001, a documentary record. You want to pay attention to what the Elder Bush did what Roosevelt did, what Wilson did, and what others have done throughout this span of time to facilitate these contracts of human trafficking in order to maintain corporate welfare. And when you see this presentation, Israel PM says Gaza offensive to intensify as rockets fly. Benjamin Netanyahu is clergy for Congress, just as much as Stalin was clergy for Congress, Putin was clergy for Congress, Hitler was clergy for Congress, Pol Pot clergy for Congress. These are just speakers. They're clerks for Congress, which is a livery corporation, livery company. These attorneys are killing human beings. Mainly they're targeting children at this time. Within the last 24 to 48 hours, I believe 38 human beings have been murdered. 30 of them have been children, according to recent reports. We're going to go back over here to Dun and Bradstreet, as I want to show you also what Hamas is. So we'll search Hamas in the District of Columbia. And of course, we're going to come up with a corporation called Hamish Hay for 115 Legation Street, Northwest, Washington, D.C. 20015. Now, when this location is searched, it comes up to just a normal property. And they do this a lot. This is actually the location of Hamas. And of course, it is a corporation owned and maintained by Congress. And these presentations have got to stop. They've got to stop. Children are being murdered. Families are being murdered. Locations are being razed in the Middle East. And this has got to stop now.